The honourable member for Richmond.
Mr. Speaker, as part of the government's 5-year road plan under major construction projects for 2012-2013, it indicates trunk 4 from 0.2 kilometres west of Campbell's Bridge, westerly to 0.2 kilometres west of McNabb's Bridge, 6.1 kilometres. Mr. Speaker, in the department's major construction projects for 2013-2014, it also indicates trunk 4 from 2 kilometres west of Campbell's Bridge, westerly to 2 kilometres west of McNabb's Bridge, 6.1 kilometres. Now, Mr. Speaker, those might sound slightly familiar because they are identical, meaning that the work was not carried out last year, as was told to the residents of Richmond County and all other users of Route 4. It is now May 8, 2013. We still do not have a tender issued for this work. Would the Minister of Transportation and Infrastructure Renewal be kind enough to inform the residents of Richmond County and the residents of this House when and will the tender for this work be called?
The Honourable Minister of Transportation and Infrastructure Renewal.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and I thank my friend for the question. I think we've discussed this particular piece of highway construction several times now in the last session and earlier in this session. Realizing the time that's left, I will indicate that the plan for that particular stretch of highway that you talk about, that has been talked about by the member, will be completed this construction season. The tender will go out in time to have that done. That I can tell you is a guarantee. In terms of why it was delayed last year, because it was raised as part of the question, I think I have to indicate what happened there. Last year, when the tender went out, when the plan went out, the estimates that came back were significantly higher than what we had anticipated that piece of work would cost. We therefore went back to the drawing table to redesign that stretch so that we could have it done in compliance with the money that we thought we should be spending on it. That delayed it last year. That was the reason it was delayed last year. Had we pushed hard last year, we could have had it out last year, but I was recalling the very member's complaint that we paved late the year before, and I didn't want to be in the same position where he could complain against us last year. So, in fact, we didn't do it last year. We will get it done this year. Thank you.
The honourable member for Richmond on his first supplementary.
Well, that's quite the spin to put on what took place, Mr. Speaker, to say the least. Mr. Speaker, the fact is that this is probably one of the most dangerous sections of road in Cape Breton right now, and I'm sure if you've travelled on Route 4 through Hay Cove and Red Islands, you would know that this road is clearly in disastrous condition. It's one where we're just biding time as to when there's going to be a serious accident on that section of road because of the condition of it. Residents were told a 5-year plan. This section would be done last year. It has not been done. The Minister in his answer completely failed to indicate why the tender hasn't been issued yet. He gave excuses for last year. Why it hasn't been issued yet this year is clearly not been answered. So allow me to assist the Minister. If he hasn't been able to get the tender for Route 4 ready, will he at least advise under his asphalt plan for 2013-2014? It does call on the Cape Auget Road from Low Road southerly 6.1 kilometres. Would the Minister be so kind as to advise when we can expect that tender to be called?
The Honourable Minister of Transportation, Infrastructure Renewal.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. Let me try to answer the first portion of his question first. He's asking what reason there is for delay in getting that tender out. This year we have issued more tenders earlier than we've ever done before. We cannot get them all done at one time. That's not the way the process works. So I want to assure the member opposite and his constituents that the work that he's concerned about will get issued, the tenders will get issued in a timely enough fashion to have that work completed this year. I can't give him a date because I don't know the date yet, but I can tell him that they will be completed this construction season. Thank you.